Hey everyone, it's Emily. I'm back. Welcome to the video. Today I want to go over my top 5 things I wish I would have known going into my first design review, or just like getting better at design reviews in general. If you don't know and you're trying to get into UX, design reviews are a big part of what you do. So a lot of times when you're creating different types of work, you are then going to be presenting out to your team, getting feedback, other stakeholders, that kind of stuff. So today, 5 tips that I wish I would have known. First being, make sure to set the context of the design. So this could be anything from background information that you might need, like technical knowledge to understand the workflow or whatever the designs you're showing. This could be, what stage of the process you are in for the design. Is this like the first design that you kind of just threw together? Is this something that you've been working on for a while and have had put a lot more thought into it? Like that's gonna help set the context of kind of what people are able to expect, and then be able to then give better feedback to you based on that. So that's my first tip, just set the context. Give an overview, make sure everyone kind of knows where you're coming from. It can really go a long way and save you a lot of questions after or during the design review when you're trying to explain something. Second one is kind of going along with the overview and context. Give someone, like when you're pitching your idea, make sure that people know kind of what type of information you are looking for feedback. So this could be anything from I'm looking for feedback on this specific workflow, on these specific UI elements, how things are formatted, laid out, or I'm not really in love with this one thing that I design, I'm kind of stuck on it. Let me know if other people have ideas for how to design a certain solution. So if people have a specific point to start giving feedback on, or you're looking for specific feedback, make sure to let them know. And then that's gonna be a lot more helpful than if they didn't know in the first place. And a lot of times if you go through your designs and then you're like, at the end, you tell them, well, now maybe they don't remember or weren't looking for it specifically, and you will have to go back and kind of backtrack. So that's my second tip. Number 3 is make sure to be open to criticism. So UX, you kind of need a thick skin sometimes, not gonna lie. It can be brutal, especially when you feel like you've poured your heart and soul into designs and then no one likes them, or people just end up giving feedback to you, whether that's positive or negative. A lot of times you don't necessarily get a lot of feedback of like, oh, I really like this, or this is going well. Instead it's, oh, I want to see that change, or I don't really know about this choice or whatever. So make sure that you're just open to it and realize that people are not critiquing you, they are critiquing your designs. And that has nothing to do with like how you are as a person, and instead it's fully to give critique and feedback to better the designs. And the whole design process is very iterative, and it really helps. If you're feeling bummed, just remember that it's for you grow as a designer, and then your designs get better and everyone is happy. So with that, number 4, that's kind of goes along with everything I've been talking about too, but when you are presenting or giving an overview, or answering questions, getting feedback, make sure you are able to really explain your thought process and tell a story of your design. So this could be anything from why a button is placed in a certain location, or why the workflow looks like it does. And a lot of times I found that people, and I will do this on occasion too, it's just, oh, it looks good. Like I just slapped it there because I didn't know where else to put it. It's not the greatest, response for when people are critiquing your designs, but instead, if they bring something up, make sure you are able to share the thought process of why a certain element was placed there, or whatever it is. So being able to allow people to see your thought process really helps. And then a lot of times they'll come around and be like, oh yeah, I didn't think of that, or that makes sense, because ultimately, like, you are the subject matter expert kind of on these designs. You've been working on them, you've been doing research around them, you have all the background information theoretically, so it really helps other people to understand your way of thinking, and yeah, being able to explain your designs can be really helpful for that. Number 5 is make sure to give feedback to everybody. So this can also, kind of a little caveat too, make sure that you are giving positive and negative feedback, or positive critique and like what could be done better critiques, because that always kind of helps. You don't necessarily need to sandwich things, or if things really aren't working, then you don't need to sugarcoat it. But I feel like almost all designs, you can find at least one thing that you like about it and then be able to go from there. So basically, tip number 5, be willing to not only receive feedback, but also give feedback. It is a two-way street, and if you want to receive good feedback, then you gotta give it as well. And it also is a learning curve, or like takes a while to really understand how to give feedback and what type of feedback you want to give, how to deliver it, all of that kind of stuff. So the more you do it, the more practice you have, the better you're going to get at it, and ultimately, make the design reviews way more productive and really help your teammates with their designs as well. So with that, I know it's a short and sweet video, but hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up. And feel free to subscribe, I guess, if you are interested in these videos. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.